Bonjour Aquarius and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and that you've had a good month so far. Thank you for joining me for your mid-November tarot reading. All the decks that I'm going to be using I've reviewed on my channel. They'll be listed in the description box below if you fancy having a look at the artwork and maybe getting them for yourselves. So I ask that you please bear in mind those are general readings. They will not resonate with everybody, so take what applies and just discard the rest. So if you would like to focus and take a couple of deep breaths with me whilst I shuffle my deck so you can attune to the energy of the readings, please do so now. And let's see what we've got for you. So your main energy is a Major Arcana. This is the Death card, card 13. So the Death card is a card of deep transformation. It talks about something having to end in order for something better to be reborn out of the ashes. This really talks about a radical transformation, something that's going to have a longer term effect on your life path as well, because it's a Major Arcana. Something that is going to deeply move you is what I'm hearing. It's a big change of chapter. So let's see what we've got. Let's clarify those messages. So what do my Aquarius Squarens need to hear for their highest good, please? But the Death card also frees you from a stagnant period. It comes after the Hangman, which is a period of limbo, of stuck energy, and the release that occurs with the Hangman is what brings about the transformation that the Death card is. So let's see what we have. So the card of the deck, you have, oh, that's the universe really saying I meant what I said. You got the Death card again, and you have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of mental energy, a lot of stress, worries and anxiety going on. The Nine of Swords, obviously swords referring to the mental realm, and the swords can cut, as I often say. They can be a challenging energy, and when you reach the Nine of Swords, it's saying that you are nearly there. Because the Ten of Swords is the card of releasing, of completely accepting something for what is. But you're just there on the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords, to me, is a call for courage, because it is facing the fact that the scenarios you're playing in your head, they're just thoughts right now. They've not materialized yet. And it's also realizing that what you put your focus on, you will manifest. So making sure that you do not dwell on negative thoughts, because you're going to end up manifesting them. This is a very necessary transformation that's occurring for you, and something much better is going to come out of it. And this is something that you need to realize, because when you do realize that the transformation is something that's positive, that's you're going to emerge a better version of yourself out of it. Whether it is because you have more experience, because you've grown, or because simply you're just better off without someone in your life or a certain job in your life, whatever the case may be. Once you realize that this is going to be positive, then you will get out of this energy of the Nine of Swords that traps you in fear. Fear is a very low vibration. And it's very difficult to snap out of it. I'm not going to dispute that, and I sure as hell do not judge you. I know how hard it is. I get trapped in my head on a regular basis. So the advice when this happens is to ground yourself, to do some mindfulness practices, whether it's meditation, whether it's just doing a little chore like doing your dishes and making sure that you're present in the moment. For me, it's spending time with my dogs, because they are always present in the moment. So, you know, it depends on your personality. But these are just thoughts. These are scenarios that have not happened yet, and there is no point and no sense in fearing a transformation that's going to be positive for you. So we have the Five of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see this card here. We have the King of Pentacles. That's good. It's very good progression. And the Page of Wands. We have the Sun, the best card in the deck. Gets rid of any negative on the spread, which is beautiful. The Ten of Cups, you kidding me? Beautiful energies. And the Two of Swords. And the bottom of the deck, as you know, is the Death card again. So, by looking at this, I can see that there's a change in your physical world. Okay, the fives are the disruptive energy that move you out of the strong stability of the number four. Pentacles is to do with your physical realm, things that are very practical, so your job, your everyday life at home, your career, education, developing your skills. The Five of Pentacles indicates that there's a change. Now, it could be positive or negative depending on your frame of mind. And remember, in the cut we had that Nine of Swords, which is telling me that you are apprehensive, worried about that change. Do not fall into the trap of being like completely swallowed up by lack mentality or negative thinking, because the Five of Pentacles is just saying something's changing, and it is for the better. I was telling you, I was feeling it when we had death twice. I was saying to you, you may be afraid of a deep transformation, something radical, because, well, us human beings, we are wired to strive for routine, although we get bored after a while, but that's the duality of the human mind. But generally speaking, change unsettles us, and instead of resisting the flow, resisting the change, the advice here is very clear. It's embrace it, because the Sun is the best possible outcome you could get. It's a major arcana, which also indicates that it's going to have a longer term effect on your path. To me, as a tarot reader, I see the major arcana as your spirit team intervening or nudging you in the right way, because this is to do with the bigger picture of your life, whereas the minor arcana is to do with your day-to-day events and situation. And obviously, when I talk about spirit team, if you're not familiar with my channel, it can be God, it can be any deity you pray to, it could be the universe, spirit, your ancestors, your angels, whoever you work with. So take the vocabulary that speaks to you the most. But I will refer to them as the spirit team. So the Sun is saying that you're going to have success, victory, joy and happiness coming back. It's revitalization. It can be the sun finally coming and lighting everything that was dark before. So do not fear this change. It's quite clearly going to be very good for you, because you have the King of Coins and the Ten of Cups. I mean, the king, well, that's the master of the suit. That's the end of the coin suit, which we were discussing here. And the King of Coins, well, he's to do with prosperity, abundance and stability. This is the most stable of all of the kings, because it's earth energy. Very grounded, very practical, reliable, someone you can rely on. And the king, because they represent, generally speaking anyway, expertise and knowledge, this is somebody who knows how to be prosperous and abundant. Now, this can be obviously financial, most definitely in your career, can also be emotional. But this King of Pentacles can be you moving out of this change that's shaking you to your core and becoming this empowered person who knows how to be prosperous and abundant and have stability in their life and overcome adversity, is what they're saying to me. And this is your wish fulfillment. I mean, the Ten of Cups is the happy ever after card. When the Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment, the 10 is having it all and feeling the intense gratitude that comes with it, knowing that you've got it, basically. You are emotionally fulfilled, you are living in the moment, you are understanding what it took to get there. It just, it's going to feel like bliss, basically, which is beautiful. Now, for others, this may well be somebody who brings this to you. Male or female, this is just the energy of the card. If it's not you transforming into this person, this may well be you moving into a relationship or a partnership, business partnership, that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. Straight to gratitude, bliss, delight, whatever you want to call it, depending on what words you like to use. But you've got the Sun and Ten of Cups right next to each other. I mean, and this is going to come as a very exciting bit of news, because you got the Page of Wands. Now pages, they bring you of news, they bring you messages, they also indicate a new direction, which could be coming directly from this double death card that you have here. And this is something that's going to excite you. This is fire energy. This is, it represents your spirit, your drive, your passion. So the Page of Wands is always the bearer of good news, something exciting, a new direction that can be brought by somebody else, obviously, or it could come from you. Supported by the Two of Swords, the advice is do not put your guard up, because the Two of Swords is a defensive energy. This is mental energy. And remember, in the cut we had that Nine of Swords, which I was saying to you, you know, fear, anxiety, playing scenarios in your head that worry you. When we are in the Two of Swords energy, it just paralyzes us, because we don't want to make a decision, we don't want to go for it. And there could be lots of reasons for it, because maybe we got hurt before, so we're protecting ourselves. Again, no judgment here. It could also well be because you feel you don't have the clarity, you don't know enough about the person or this project, and you're thinking, oh, I'm not so sure, I'm very excited, but I'm not so sure. But if you look at the cards, this is really saying that this is going to turn out to be very, very positive for you, short-term and long-term, with the Sun. So I would embrace it, but obviously, you know, you are sovereign of your life, you do you. I'm just telling you the messages. So what else do we have for my Aquarius Squarens, please? So we have the Four of Coins, the Nine of Wands, oh my god, and the Death card again. I mean, speechless. Bottom of the deck, the Lover. Okay, so we've got again big energies here. Major Arcana. The Lover, decisions. A decision that has to be made from the heart, because the essence of the Lover card, which has evolved with the Rider-Waite-Smith to the Lovers, with just a couple, it comes from the Tarot de Marseille, which is a man who's torn between two partner, and they have to choose who they're going to go with. It's a major decision. Now, because it's a major arcana, this is going to have a longer term effect on your life. This is not just, you know, deciding whether you're going to go out or not tonight, that kind of thing. This is a longer term decision, and this is going to be transformative. I cannot stress this enough. This is really, something has to die for something to be, for something better to come your way. There's no other way of saying it. And we had the Nine of Swords in the cut that talked about anxiety and being courageous and facing the fears. And now we have the Nine of Wands, which is the card of persistence. This is saying one more obstacle and you will be able to be freed. You'll be able to get that sun energy, because you've got the Four of Coins and the Nine of Wands. Now the Four of Coins, four is stability, in the practical terms, so in your physical realm, at work, at home. This is also having some savings, and this is saying persist, continue the way you were going, basically, because this is going to bring you a big transformation. That's what I'm hearing. The Wands energy is an energy that's very tiring, because it represents our drive and our passion. When we give 200% of ourselves, well, we end up being exhausted. You know, we may also acquire some cuts and bruises depending on what happens on the way. But the Nine of Wands is saying, okay, you're exhausted, but there's going to be one more hurdle, one more thing, one more push, and you'll be able to get there. You'll have your success, because the Ten of Wands is a successful dropping of a burden. It's having done everything you needed to do and then dropping it. So I really see, you know, there's obviously a decision to be made. To me, that decision is, do I embrace my fears, or do I embrace that deep transformation? That's what I'm saying. The cards are all saying that the deep transformation is very much needed for you, and that is going to be very positive. And again, as I said, these are just advice. I can't obviously decide for you, but that's what I've got. And it is very positive, very much needed change for you. So I'm going to close out your reading by pulling out a animal spirit card. So this is an animal that's going to be significant for you for the second half of the month. You may encounter this animal in physical appearance, but if it's an exotic animal, which you can't find where you live, it may be mentioned on the TV, on the radio, you might see it in a newspaper, in a book, on a billboard. Just, keep your eyes peeled, and I strongly advise you to look up as well the meaning of this animal. Okay, so let's see which animal we're going to have for you. So we have the anaconda, and it says camouflage and imbalance. And I'm going to grab the booklet to give you the actual guidance for it. Okay, I have got it. Sorry, it took me a bit of time. They're not alphabetically listed. Those who ride on my back enter the river like it's another world and learn where harmony is broken and where new existences are born. So you see again that death card, I'm seeing that message again. Everything at the beginning is immobile. I blend into my environment, I break the mold, and I bring change. I marry the human and the divine. In stories from Amazonia, the anaconda is connected to the medicine of sacred plants, specifically ayahuasca, which it brings as a gift in an encounter between a human and a woman anaconda who can take on both appearances. The cosmic snake, a feathered body, the drawing on its skin represents a journey of initiation and an irresistible strength that can also lead to a powerful imbalance between our limits and a desire to establish a relationship with the world. After all, life always begins with division, disharmony. To attack its prey, which it slowly digests, it can mimic its surrounding environment, and thus it teaches us to look around and recognize the potential of our environment. According to legend, the anaconda can swallow a human, but this has never been proven. In myths, humans ride this multifarious snake and learn its primitive strength. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you did, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for stopping by. I always appreciate it. I wish you a wonderful end of your month, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.